So today we have another exciting expert on our show. His name is Mitch Carson. He is known by the media as the instant celebrity maker. Mitch, how you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me here today. I'm excited to share with you and your audience, your listeners, and give them an enriching experience, which I know they'll be able to take away after today's call.
Wonderful. So Mitch, I understand that you turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. You turn regular people into becoming experts in their niche, becoming celebrities in their niche. So Mitch, where did all this begin for you?
This all began with, think of the martial arts, which I understand you're a martial artist also. I have been in the martial arts for 40 years. And one thing I learned about it is there is a system. In order to earn a black belt, which is in most styles, and I know Kung Fu has some sashes that are different, but in most styles of martial arts, black belt means you've mastered the basics. You have done you've taken the necessary steps and gone through the paces of usually 4 to 5 years, the average time commitment of getting to that goal of being the black belt, because nobody wants to stop at being a blue belt, green belt, brown belt, what have you. And given that I have been into systems for 40 years, I've been a martial artist for that long, I know that there's a process. You do what people have done before you, you will replicate the same. You do what other people have done before you, you'll have the same result. I repeated that intentionally, and I'm going to say it again. When you do what other people do that's successful and you replicate, you'll get the same result. And I applied that to people who want to be known in their field. If a plumber wants to stand out against everybody else who has a similar butt crack when they're leaning over fixing the sink, there's a way of doing that. An example is in Los Angeles, where I'm a native of, there's a plumbing company called Mike Diamond, and how he gives himself distinction in the marketplace, because we're all talking about personal branding here. It's a category that's kind of not sexy. Plumbers are known to be stinky. They show their butt cracks when they lean over, and they don't necessarily have the best breath. But Mike Diamond separated himself from all the plumbers in this way. And I can't claim him as a client, but I'm going to use him as a great example, and then we're going to go into some others. He advertises through radio. All of his ads are through traditional radio. We have smell good plumbers. Smell good, because most plumbers stink. So you went and addressed the problem. Problem is they stink, and we promise no butt cracks. Meaning they're going to hike their pants up, so you won't see that. We smell good, and we're clean, and we're on time. Smell good, clean, on time. It was 3 components that he covered. So when most people think in terms of ABC, 1, 2, 3. I don't know what it is in Chinese, or each ni san. You know, in Japanese, it's like 1, 2, 3. Our minds can compute up to 3 most of the time. So smell good, clean, on time. The 3 critical objections people were experiencing with their plumbers. So let's transfer this over to the speaking industry.
Yes.
As an event promoter, and I've been on the platform now for 35 years, one of the things I found, I first started out as a speaker, and then I got into promoting, and then I, was taking, that's the natural evolution. You become a speaker first, you learn the ropes, and you think you can do it better, or you're giving too much money away to the promoter, so you want to do it yourself. And one of the things that I found producing these events was some of the speakers were content experts. They were fantastic in their field and unknown. They were invisible. Think of the invisible man. They might have had all the components of being a human being, but nobody could see them. Nobody knew who they were. The visibility was 0. Now, the difference between a person that's marketed well and a person who, and then let's just take 2 people, Sean.
Okay.
Let's take you as a martial artist. I know you're a Jeet Kune Do practitioner, Wing Chun.
Yes.
You as a martial artist, and Mr. Samuel Wu. I'm going to pick another Chinese name here just because we've got a Singapore group. Samuel Wu. You, however, have done, and you're both equally talented. When you spar, it always comes out to a draw. One day you win, one day he gets the best of you, but you're a draw and you're good friends. The difference is Sean, you have reached out and decided to separate yourself when you open your school because you have embraced the power of illusion. You've embraced the power of illusion. There's something the magicians call sleight of hand. You think you're focusing on this and something else is happening over here. And he is delusional because he thinks his skill alone is going to get him all the students he wants at his school because he's a equally good Jeet Kune Do practitioner. However, you've met Mitch Carson.
Yes.
No sleight of hand. You know illusion. You know the power of perception is exactly correlated to the amount of money you deserve to make. And what do I mean by this? In layman's terms, specific terms, the more marketed makes the more money. The better marketed, the smarter marketed person has more time with his family. And key is for Singaporeans is time.
Yeah.
Time to be able to spend with their loved ones, time to do the things that they love and they haven't been able to do because they're too wrapped up in consuming themselves into work. And possibly time to go to the gym and more money. Because trading your time is the antithesis of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's if you don't work, you don't have money. But if you're working, you have money. At least that's the belief system. So where am I taking this? The perceived expert is the one that harbors all the gold.
Yeah.
The diamonds.
Yes.
It's called leverage. It is leverage. And how do you become distinctive?
Wonderful. So this has been an incredibly enjoyable conversation. I learned so much in this hour just by speaking with you, talking about your understanding of what makes a person an expert, how do you differentiate yourself, and most importantly, your philosophy of the art of selling without selling.
Great. Well, yeah. So thank you for the great time together, and I do appreciate it, Sean. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I look forward to having you on the show again sometime in the future. Until then, it has been a great experience, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in person very shortly, Mitch.
Great. Thanks, Sean.
Wonderful. Have a great day.